I'll drop the links.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Hey everyone, welcome to Sunday Collector Showcase. This week we're going to be talking about Spider-Man The Amazing Series by ToyBiz, as well as the Marvel Legends retro card line. So yeah, we hope you enjoy. Of course, I got Retro Ryan with me, as always.
What's up, guys? Glad to be here. You can catch me. You know the deal. You know the drill. You can catch me live Tuesday nights on my channel at 10:30, taking your retro game requests and playing retro-based 80s, 90s game and toy footage. So let's talk about your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah, man. So this was a big line for me. I love this animated series, for one. That first episode, of course, is the lizard. Man, just like the animation.
It's neck and neck with X-Men animated series, right? I mean, maybe not quite as, not quite as big of a following as X-Men. That was kind of like a rampant, like, fervor about X-Men animated series, but definitely a solid show.
Correct. Yeah.
I
mean, it was one of those series that, like, of course, followed the Batman animated series that had that more darker tone, but really good, solid storytelling. It wasn't goofy. And then, when they came out with the toys, it was just like, I had to have them. I remember one Christmas, I got Spider-Man, Kingpin, Hobgoblin, the Lizard, oh man, who else? I think I got Venom. And then it was just like, after that, I just kept on collecting them. They were great figures.
Oh yeah. At this time, I was full blown like Venom and Carnage fanboy.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, it didn't help with all the video games and everything. It was just like full on Spider-Man hype at that time.
Well, you know how I am. Like, I tend to go to the villains.
Mm-hmm.
More than the heroes, the good guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they're more maniacal. They're more fun to root for because, well, we know they're gonna lose to the hero, right? So you kind of want to root for the villain because you know they're gonna lose in the end.
Mm-hmm.
But they got some trauma from their past too, right? They're like a broken shell of a being. So you kind of root for them because it's like their maniacal plan is like maybe their only satisfaction in this world.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, like, definitely Spider-Man had some moments of major trauma. I mean, like losing Gwen.
Oh yeah, sure.
His parents. It's like there was a lot of like dark things that Peter went through. And still had, losing his uncle. But yeah, this toy line, like, okay, so let's go ahead and get into this. So the site we found for this is one of the things. As we're doing these, we're finding that there's not a great amount of sites that have amazing archive of these figures and the waves they came in.
Yeah.
Luckily, we found this one here. So it gives you quite a big variety of stuff that came out, even like exclusives. You got stuff from Canada, the different lines, even the role-playing stuff. Stuff was great. I mean,
doesn't that just show us that when you want something done right, you got to do it yourself? Hence what I had to do with my channel, because you can find commercials here and there on a million sites, but nobody put together any good compilations.
Oh, correct.
So maybe somebody listening here tonight is gonna make a great website one day for these action figures, please, because somebody needs to.
Yeah, hey Ty Lord. Yeah, I'm sorry. That was my fault. I was a little tired, so I took a nap, and I should have just pushed on. It's okay. Next week we'll be on time. But if any of y'all who are watching, please share your memories of this toy line. But let's get into it. So, of course, that first series of the figures was kind of very, very amazing. You got 7 figures, right? You got 2 Spider-Mans. Of course, you got the web runner that had a string that went between his 2 fingers, or 2 arms and everything. That would he would kind of like swing back and forth. So that's this one here. I don't remember these pins.
I don't either. What, the ones in the Canadian 2-packs too?
Yeah,
We were talking about?
Yeah, they're in the comedian. Yeah, because the image I got up right now is Spider-Man, the Web Runner one, and he's got a Venom. It has Spider-Man on it. It was a pin. I don't remember these pins.
I say too. I really all my life I don't really care for pins. It's not my thing.
Let's see. Then you got another one.
Do pins do anything for you?
What's up?
Do pins do anything for you?
It depends, but not these cheap ones, man. I like the ones that are embroidered, like the metal and stuff.
Yeah. The metal, yeah. These would just break. These plastic ones.
I mean, they were throwaway items. I'm like, who really? I mean,
yeah,
collected them. But of course, you're starting to see like there wasn't a whole lot of articulation with the Spider-Man. I mean, they're basically your classic ToyBiz look. It wasn't until later that they started doing more of the articulation with the Marvel Legends line. But yeah, it still has some cool play gimmicks. You got this web shooter with a line, so you can. It was kind of cool. You could. I remember, I think my dad had gotten one, and he was hanging it from the ceiling. But the Carnage, fantastic figure.
I'll tell you what, though. I was just thinking, because I opened some Motu Origins today that I wanted to just put on a shelf. And you know what? Sometimes the feet articulation piss me the fuck off, Vince.
Dude.
Because getting him the right angle, I'd almost rather just a flat-foot motherfucker. Because it's like, I'm fucking with these feet, Vince, for 5 minutes to get them to stand not crooked. So it's like sometimes this extra articulation, I could give or take with it.
Right. Because, I mean, that was one of the cool things about, G.I. Joe. You got the figure stands. There are certain figures that have come out over the, years of toys that you got stands for. You can buy stands now, too, for these things. And then you got to be lucky that some of the figures you buy may have the peg holes on the bottom, and they're universal enough to work with any kind of figure peg. Because if not, you're sitting there using, ticky-tack or some kind of thing to support the figure, because you're right, they don't stand well. And then you of course, the He-Man line is in a wide A stance. But
you know me, though. I have the patience of a saint, though, because you've seen my game toy room. Those are all stood up by gravity, by me. Mm-hmm. Just painstaking patience with each one to stand right and leaning up on another one. That's the whole room, dude. I don't have stands on anything. Somehow it works for me. But yeah, it's sometimes it's counterproductive getting them to, without getting on a tangent on that. Sometimes I'm not really in love with the feet articulation. It just gives me more problems.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, but that's one of the great things about the Spider-Man line. These really kind of stood well. I mean, it wasn't unless you played with them too much that the legs or the knee joints would be bad, and they would flop around. Because that was the thing, is you would grind the plastic around the legs and stuff, and then they wouldn't hold. You could just literally hold the figure from the chest, and the legs would just flop around.
Yeah. I mean, with this era of the vintage ones, their feet were kind of so small and narrow that they were kind of hard to stand sometimes too. Yeah. Such a small foot.
But like it was cool because some of these figures they definitely had the gimmicks. So you got Venom here where you squoze his legs and then his head would come up, so it was almost like he was talking. Or still a solid figure. Very menacing compared to having him up against Spider-Man. Hobgoblin was one of my favorites that I had.
Yeah, for me, like I said before, Green Goblin for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For me.
Of course, you got Doc Ock over here with the bendable, his claws. The funny thing is about these figures too is that like that plastic, dude, that soft plastic, that stuff doesn't even last. I mean, like I'm pretty sure you can find some that are in good shape, but kids played with these things a lot. Of course,
I'm more concerned with Doc Ock's bowl cut. Like he's on Weezer Blue Album, like Rivers Cuomo.
Right, right.
He's rocking the Rivers Cuomo undone sweater haircut from that song.
Mm-hmm. And you got Smythe here. The new version of him is pretty cool. But he's like Fabio with his hair blowing in the wind. He's just like ready to swim in the water. Because he's almost like Aquaman looking here.
Yeah.
As far as the weird legging pants that he has. But yeah, that was that first line. Of course, this is where you got, here you go. You got Peter. Finally, which is funny because they did the retro carded one of this, which was more stylized to the comic, but then they did a version of him like this in the VHS style box. But he came with like what I know he came with his camera and stuff.
I really like the card art on this line. I think that's something that a lot of toy channels tend to overlook, the importance of how good a card art is to pop on the shelf, because to differentiate the lines, it's got to stand out on the pegs, and the color scheme with the big Spider-Man font and logo. I mean, it's just a really cool card art. And I appreciate that, to differentiate it from with Motu you have your reds with like the mountainscape kind of background,
Mm-hmm.
And like with your turtles you have a lot of your neons popping, but those always stood out to me, like they kind of call you to check them out, for that toy line. I really like the card art.
Oh yeah, and that's what's great about like the retro card ones. They pull that nostalgia, because I mean that is literally what, like, so I got the Spider-Man here, and let me go grab. Give me a second. Let me pull that up here. There was just this, they're very stylized. This is the site I was looking for. Let me grab that copy and move it over. So yeah, so you got like, that's your classic style card. So it's really cool for them to be able to, Hasbro, to go back and capture that magic of the card art, which, really represented the cartoon very, very well.
And what was the offer on these original ones? Was that a free shirt? A mail away?
Yeah, I think so. Let me see. Yeah, exclusive Marvel t-shirt, offer inside. Yeah, you
That's,
got that
that's
pin.
important. You know, that's an important detail to note about the toy lines of this era was just kind of giveaways and mail away things like that you would see at that time, which you don't see necessarily these days anymore.
Right.
It's important to note that.
Oh yeah, you know, even like with Hasbro.
Like, think of like Mumra. Think of like Mumra. That was a mail away, bro, for Thundercats.
Mm-hmm.
That was not on a card.
Yeah, we
So,
definitely don't get a lot of the mail away stuff. I think the last ones we were Hasbro with the
dude, some of the best Joes were mail away.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Some of the best Joes.
Yep.
Wasn't Cobra Commander a mail away?
Yep, Cobra Commander, the Mickey Mouse Coco.
Yeah. And these were significant main characters that were mail aways. It's not like you're just like, oh, you get this mail away like a third-rate character that nobody likes. Like, it's, you know, you need these in your collection, like the ones they used to do for mail aways.
Mm-hmm. What up, Mike?
Mike Wolf, thanks for coming through.
But yeah, like, just there was just the freebies, you know. That's the Venom card right there. Let me see if I can get that just see them like it's so small. Let me go back to like the Carnage, you know, you got the weapons for the arms. They just stood out.
Yeah.
Camera. Got the t-shirt again. I just don't remember the pins. I don't remember the ends at all. I know we're going back to that, but all right, so yeah, here we go. Series 2, you got the Kingpin, which was a really cool figure. Just like, he's very imposing. Watch the Bills get crushed. I'm not a football person, but I understand when you watch your favorite team or a team get destroyed. Whether it's like a team you root for or you're rooting for the other team. And this lizard with his plastic trench coat.
Yeah, I was gonna just say, like, I really don't care for that trash bag, thin, crapola trench coat. I don't care for that.
Yeah, where that you can tell they used that adhesive to put it together.
It's always fucked up when you see them loose, if it's even on, still remaining at all.
On them, yeah. So like, hold on, you got
bad aesthetic decision on those.
And look, this is a variant. Look at that. So this one here, you got the standard green and black, and then on this one you got red and purple. What's up, Googs?
Yo, Googs. Your friendly neighborhood Googs.
Let's see what else. So okay, that's you got the black shirt. Yep, there was a variant, and the red shirt. Okay. The Smythe, like the freaking
they were like, guys, we're gonna go all out for the lizard. All right, can we get
two versions of him?
Glad or a hefty? Can we either get a glad or hefty trash bag quality coat? Can we go all out and splurge for this?
Yeah. I mean, the figure was cool. Other than that, like,
yeah.
But that's one of the things, like, for my dad, like, he never made one, but he would have made a trench coat or a lab coat for him. Like, that's what he used to do for some of the figures or my figures and stuff. Because it just, why do you have this garbage?
Yeah, that's going to tear when a kid just looks at it.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to tear in half. Like,
yeah, but yeah, so going to the Spider Slayer.
Plus, not only that, once that coat tears off, when there's not a replacement that the kid has, like, their friends are going to be like, what the fuck figure is this? They're not even going to know it's the lizard from Spider-Man. Like, you know, it's going to just be like, they're like, what line is this even? Because that's part of its appearance that tells you what it is.
Correct.
That coat.
Well, and the thing too is like, okay, going back to the lizard, right? The one thing about like having a figure like this, they're not trying to sacrifice the articulation of the figure by having either a molded a lab coat or something that's gonna. I mean, this stuff is gonna friggin' tear. I mean,
well, you know what? I wouldn't even mind if it was like sculpted onto the figure in a hard plastic that is not removable. I don't even mind if it's that.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just make it molded onto the figure. So, and it doesn't even have to move. Like, just mold that onto the character as like a.
Well, yeah. Look, you got Kingpin right here, right? His friggin' suit is molded onto him.
Just mold it onto the figure. Don't do a separate piece of crap that's gonna rip and be destroyed. You gotta always think about durability, especially during this era with kids. We played with our toys, and during this era, it's not gonna hold up.
Let me see. So then you got Kraven the Hunter. See, and you know, the lion mane on his outfit is molded. So instead of them like trying to make like this faux fur, you know, and still a great figure. Let's see right here. Not Pinterest. I used to blow up my toys with fireworks for fun. Technically, my dad would do that, but he was like, you know, with the bank robbers set, he would be blowing up the safe, or they were in war, and you'd have figures with casualties.
It's okay to blow up an action figure as long as it's Captain Planet.
But yeah, so like, you know, you got Vulture here. I think I remember his like the wings spread was the whole gimmick for the figure, which is another one that came with that toy or a T-shirt offer. And you always got to throw in a random Spider-Man, right? This is if Spider-Man runs out of his web fluid, right? Ryan?
Let me see. I was still dropping a couple links here.
Oh, you're good, man. Let me see. What's up? Just refinanced my internet bill so I could have a 15-pack of beers on my day off. I have 3 days off this week, so I'm going to need extra beers. One beer at a time, man. One beer a day. There you go.
Parachute Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Camp tent Spider-Man.
It's camping. He comes with he comes s'mores with the torch and like a
fireplace and s'more.
Yep.
Mosquito repellent.
Then he goes from Spider-Man to Mosquito Man. The G.I. Joes with the elastic string connected to the body and the waist. Yeah, that rubber, the O-ring. I used to stick firecrackers between the waist and see what happens. And see, here you go. Like, this is where we start getting more and more of the villains, the iconic villains, right? So you got Green Goblin.
Yes, the Green Goblin is my jam.
Yeah, I mean, and like, you know, for all of us.
Dude, that toy was beloved for me. I play with that toy so much. Can we full screen him?
That's about I'm gonna get. Let me see. Hold on. Let's look. Is that better?
Yeah, fine. It's fine. Yeah, and the way the pumpkin has the little part to go into the hand and stay there. I love that.
Yeah, a little stem, his little pumpkin bomb. And I love the fact he's got like little missiles and stuff on the glider too.
Yes, that's pimp.
But I mean, it's cool because like, how many of us watched Maximum Overdrive, right? So there's the
Yeah,
Green Goblin on the truck.
It just makes me wanna. Whenever I think of Maximum Overdrive, what is iconic about it to you?
Is
The soundtrack,
yeah,
bro.
the AC/DC soundtrack,
AC/DC.
yeah.
Who made who? The video game says play me.
Yep.
That's one of their best songs too, and it's for that movie.
Mm-hmm. Dude, that whole album, man. That whole album is fantastic.
Emilio Estevez really went full leading man in that because I'm so used to him as a co-star and everything. Huh? Anyways, not to get too far off.
No. I mean, it's a great film. I mean, there's a wide range of actors that like they were younger at the time that like we didn't know who they were until later on. Like,
dude, one other question about that movie. What was the channel? Was it Sci-Fi Channel? Because that was on every day on cable. Like I just remember that movie was always. I think it was Sci-Fi Channel.
It could have been Sci-Fi Channel. It could have been USA.
Yeah, it was on a lot. Like I almost had it memorized. It was on TV so much.
Mm-hmm. Wolfman says the Repo Man was great. He liked him.
Oh yeah, Repo Man classic. It's a funny sense of humor in that movie.
Well, he liked him in Repo Man. And let me see. I used to dig rivers, lakes, and dirt, and make bridges, and watched ants crawl across the bridges, dump them entire batch of in the water. Well, I used to do the whole thing of like digging into like dirt and stuff like that for like my GI Joes or Hot Wheels. Shit was always fun back then. But yeah, here you go. Got Rhino. Not great looking figure. Let me see. Not a great looking figure. That's right here.
He kind of looks like remember that movie Death to Smoochie?
Yes. He does. He does look like he's part of some kid's program.
He look like he'd be Barney's friend. You know, Barney's friend visiting on the show.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. But then you got Scorpion. Great figure. I love this one. Especially
Get
with that
over
tail.
here.
Yeah.
Sorry, wrong Scorpion.
Yep. Created by J. Jonah Jameson to go after Spider-Man. And then one of always my favorite character villains in the show, which was the Shocker.
Just don't give that to your girlfriend. Sorry, I had to.
I know. It's all right. It's all right. Let's see. Hold on.
Unless she likes the Shocker. Some girls do.
But yeah, look at it. He had like firing mechanisms in his hands for the shock blast. I used to swim the fork part of a hammer around the sidewalk in a spark. There's... All right, so of course the iconic spider armor had some kind of launcher mechanism. I forgot. Yeah, I remember that. Trying to remember why he did that. Hold on.
The Shocker kind of looks like somebody in a hairband and like a fishnet outfit, though. A little bit, you know.
Oh yeah.
A little bit sus. A little bit suspect there with the fishnet.
Well, that's what's funny about the figure, right? Because it's not even supposed to be fishnet. It's just the way the material is to help him, I guess, protect him from electricity. Hey, Dad.
Yeah. Is Shocker dressing like Cher and If I Could Turn Back Time?
Yeah. So my dad always hated this armor for Spider-Man.
Looking like Kane the wrestler. Almost. A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of looks like Iron Man too, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be like these like diamonds or whatever he has on him, or ceramic metal suit, but I don't remember why he wore it.
Look at this pose that Spider-Man's doing. He looks like he's almost going to do the Thriller dance.
Oh, it's either that or he looks like he's standing like Ben Affleck in that meme. Like he's got a cigarette in the one hand and he's just like holding his fist in the other. Like,
yeah, when he's like he's just been berated in a fight by J-Lo.
Yeah. He can't deal with Jen. He's all like, I could be a superhero too, and he wears the costume.
He just cussed him out for gambling and drinking all night the night before.
But of course, this is the first Spider-Man we got that gave us some better articulation, right?
I'd like to cuss out Ben Affleck just for making the movie Reindeer Games. Did not care for that. You ever see that movie?
I did see that movie.
Sucks.
One of my Phantoms was great that he did.
He was the bomb in Phantoms.
He's a motherfucking bomb in the. Yeah. All right. So yeah, this was cool. You know, the only thing is you couldn't pull off the McFarlane, poses fully with this Spider-Man, so you couldn't have him kissing his own ass while he's swinging through New York, as my dad and Colin and Mark used to make jokes about. I forgot about this. Hold on. So then, yeah, there you go. He's shaking his ass.
Heavy Metal Spider-Man at the Ozzy show with the devil horns, Rocker Spidey.
I just don't remember the pins. But
yeah, they gotta settle down with all the pins.
Like, this is a missed art, because you don't see this a whole lot on toys anymore, where it's like the advertisement for what else you can collect in the line.
Yeah. I love that. Can we go back to the card art a second? So I love that to the left of the card it's almost like what you would get on art on a trading card. The pose
yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a really nice touch.
You got the animated version or the comic drawn. Yeah, very much like what G.I. Joe was doing at the time.
Dude, ToyBiz was just killing it, man, in the 90s. I loved just the whole aesthetic. Their figures, the paint deco, the card art. I just sign me up for ToyBiz fanboy of the 90s, because I just love that shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, think about it. This is the start that would lead us to the Marvel Legends.
Legends?
Yeah, I mean...
The Marvel Legends of our day? The Marvel Legends of our childhood?
Yeah, that. Where we have 15 to 32 points of articulation, right?
But I'll tell you, I'm gonna do a shots fired for tonight. So, well, I feel like ToyBiz, man, because I gotta say, I love Marvel Legends so much, but specifically for the characters that I enjoy, because how many do we see that suck that are at Ollie's? They're making too many fucking figures, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And it's there wasn't that many lame figures that I remember from ToyBiz. I just think that, even the lesser known figures were still kind of cool from back then, but they put out a lot of unsold trash that ends up at Ollie's these days. So I think maybe less is more for the amount that they're doing. There's just too many Legends figures.
It's an oversaturation of and not understanding the market demand for what people or children want. I mean, that's another thing too, is that have you been to Walmart lately or Target? There's...
Dude, Walmart is always barren.
Yeah, it is.
Wiped out.
Mm-hmm.
I get mad at myself when I go. The selection's so bad. I'm like, why did I come here again? I'm angry, dude. I go in that aisle and I'm like, I'm not gonna come back in this bitch for a month now. because I there's so little you. It's like desperate to find anything you want there because it's all gone.
Mm-hmm. Well, and on top of that, you look at some of the brands, right? So with Transformers, they have all this extra nonsense that has nothing to do with like either their legacy line or the studio series, and it's like you should have more of that than these garbage figures.
Let me tell you something I was thinking last time I was there. You know what I'm inclined to do? It's kind of sketchy, but not really. I'm inclined to take whatever stragglers of like a few figures left from a line I want, and I'll fucking shove them in the back aisle somewhere else. So they have to reorder the fucking figures, because what they do, Vince, is they'll let those 2 or 3 piece of shit figures that nobody wants sit there and rot, and they won't reorder more. So you know what I'm fucking inclined to do, dude? I'm gonna take those 2 figures that suck that nobody's buying. I'll throw them in another aisle, so they'll have empty peg there, and they'll have to reorder more from that fucking line. You see what I'm saying?
I get you.
I'm about to do it, Walmart.
I get
if you're
you.
listening to me, just try me, Walmart, because I'll fucking do it.
Well, and that's the sad thing, because like everything is too oversaturated. So of course you go there, you see all the stuff that you've seen for the last 6 months, and of course none of the stuff is moving because everybody's already got what they want out of that line, and then the retailer's not reordering enough of the next wave. And so like I see guys going all the time finding stuff at certain Walmarts where they're actively picking this stuff up, or Targets, and so they're getting the stuff there. But like I go to ones that are local to me, I can't find anything.
Dude, Vince, like the WWE wrestlers figures, the superstars figures, they're still on like wave 4 at my Walmart, because some of those like earthquake ones still haven't sold. And you know what? I'm about to go next time I fucking go there, dude. I'm telling you what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take those like 3 unsold earthquake figures and throw them in another aisle far away, and they're gonna think they gotta order more, so they'll get the current wave. Because I'm sick of this shit, dude.
It's not gonna work though, because they have all this stuff is inventoried.
No, but they're gonna see that whole rack is empty, and they're gonna have to order something for that rack.
I
think about it.
I wish it worked that way, man.
But there's the tag there that says the line, and they're gonna see no figures there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna hide them somewhere behind something else in another aisle, so that they can't find them. I'm gonna do that shit, dude. I don't care. So they gotta order some more, because I'm sick of their shit, and I hate Walmart anyways.
It's all right, man. It's all right.
If anybody from Walmart representatives listening to this, come at me, bro. I don't care.
Come at me.
I'm sick of your crap. You suck. Your store sucks and Target's better. I said it.
Mysterio, great character. This figure was cool, even though
it's so funny, the cape with the hole.
Yeah, the cape. Yeah, so you could just shove this that little bitty thing in the back of it and squirt water, even though it was supposed to squirt mist somehow.
What is is that a Mysterio pin?
Was it in there? Let me see. No. That's the yeah, there's a Mysterio pin. Yeah.
That'll make you the cool kid at school. You got the Mysterio pin on your backpack.
Well, and they weren't even like regular pins, man. They were clips. Like you'd clip them onto like your shirt or whatever, if I remember correctly. Same figure, different color. So this was the variant. So it's nice that they're showing the variants on here. You got the Prowler, which is Miles Morales' uncle. It's got those Wolverine claws.
You know what? Just one thing. One other thing to say about Walmart. So, you know what would work good is if they gave them like a inventory list, and they had to mark what's selling good and what's not selling. So on the repeat order, they'd get more of what's selling and less of what's not.
Right.
Send back to the manufacturer.
So,
send them an inventory sheet of what's not moving and what is.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know?
Yeah, true.
Or honestly, just send the unsold ones back to them.
Well, the thing
and say,
they
give
used
me more
to.
of the other.
They used to, or they would ship them out to their clearance locations, and then they would sit there until they were either like donated to like kids' hospitals or whatever, or just thrown in a landfill, or sold to like stores like Ollie's. But it wasn't like Ollie's; it would have been those outlet stores. Yeah, so like my dad said that the Spider-Man created that armor in the Total War. In the story, Peter found himself in the midst of a conflict between Richard Fisk and the new Enforcers, and extra protection. He needed the extra protection. You're just gonna make someone hunt them down and put that shit back. You got to take it out of the electronic inventory.
But Floyd, here's the catch. They ain't gonna find them where I put them. I'm gonna hide them somewhere so good. Floyd, I'm gonna put that shit in the inside of a toilet, in the fucking home section. They're never gonna find those figures. You know why, Floyd? Because I'm so sick of seeing those figures. I'm gonna hide them somewhere they'll never find.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, you're gonna what you do is you put them underneath the floor panel.
Yeah.
or you take them to the automotive section and hide them in tires or something. I don't know.
Well, Floyd, I'm gonna hide those figures like fucking Jimmy Hoffa's body. You're gonna need the FBI to find these fucking figures.
Yeah, but that's only gonna be one store, sadly. All right.
Oh man.
All right, here you go. Here's your classic black suit costume Spider-Man. This one had the goo, didn't it? Or there was a version of it that had goo, like it shot out. No, I think this is the one where it shot at the webbing or whatever out of its chest.
You know those, Vince, you know those crates that have all the bouncy balls? I'll stick them all the way at the bottom of that. They'd have to remove 100 bouncy balls to get to the bottom. Oh shit.
Oh my gosh. You're gonna put it in the food aisle, you're gonna hide it under meat. And they're gonna be like, oh man, this stuff's gotta get thrown away now. Oh man.
But I'm not stealing them, Floyd. I'm hiding. I'm not gonna steal anything. I'm hiding them.
No. But like you're hiding them, but like somebody who's supposed to be working there that's supposed to put this stuff on the shelf, they're gonna get in trouble.
This is good. It's gonna get your comment section full of people. With the controversy I'm creating here, we're gonna fill it up.
Yeah, we're gonna create this fake thing. Like people are like, oh yeah, the people are just hiding these things, and
yeah, this guy Ryan started this trend of hiding the crappy unsold figures that nobody wants. People are hiding them now.
This is definitely one of the figures I had because I remember having that and the night suit Spider-Man. Or night
Is that
shed.
black or a dark blue?
It's black.
Okay.
Yeah, black and red. But it was cool because you had like this little sticky thing with the little hook with the string, and you could put him on your window.
Night suit Spider-Man for when he wants to hit the club.
Yeah. Here you go.
Like goth Tobey Maguire in the third one when he thinks he's all like emo sexy. Remember that?
Yeah.
Pop Punk McGuire?
Well, and it's funny because it's like you look at what we got in the '90s cartoon with him when he had the black suit. You know, he was very, very angry, and what he was like in the comic versus Tobey Maguire. He was just emo and just didn't give a shit, kind of like. That's not how you're supposed to act. I remember Vivian having the goo, but I can't remember if Spidey did. Dad, I think that one was the. I don't remember if that one was part of the animated line for that Venom. Because I think that was that first Venom that ever came out, the one that had the goo that would spread out, or like it was like a black slime that you would squeeze from the back out his chest, and it would simulate the the suit. And the web glider is kind of like reminiscent of like the original design for Peter Parker. We had the webbing underneath his arms. Just a weird figure though. But we got Eddie Brock Venom here. Freaking awesome. I know I had this figure, my dad had this figure, and my best friend Jeff had this figure.
It takes me it's like on a delay, so.
Yeah, I got it. I'm still getting it up there.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites too, with the mask with the rubber one. Yeah, this is a great figure.
Yeah. Which was so weird that they started doing the whole thing with the rubber heads, right? Just like you did Chameleon, where you could pop off the head and put the other head on it. I don't know, maybe because of the fact that like the peg was small and they were worried about it breaking, so it.
Yeah. It kind of doesn't bother me with this figure though. Like the one I bought again, it's actually held up really good, but I'm sure a lot didn't, and got kind of weren't durable. But
I don't care if it's emo as long as it doesn't dance. Oh yeah, that was horrible.
You know, when you clasp that front attachment on though, it does kind of like look like he's wearing like a winter vest,
right?
Like Venom in a winter, like he's going for like a mountain climb. He's putting on his Venom North Face vest.
It's like, I'm a little cold in this suit. I'm gonna wear my vest. I always thought it was cool though, because you could put it on other figures.
His mom's telling him it's too cold. Put your vest on.
Mama villain. I mean Venom. Jeez, I can't even say it.
Mama Venom's telling him, "Don't you leave." He's like, "But Mom,
I'm gonna go play with my friends, but you can't terrorize that Peter Parker kid. He's a good one."
You put on your vest. I won't take no for an answer. Okay, Ma.
Yeah, the rubber paint. Yes, Dad. The rubber. We were looking at figures earlier before we started recording, and that Carnage figure apparently like somebody's trying to sell one for like $20 with the face, like all the paint rubbed off on him. But here you go. Here you got Morbius.
Morbius kind of looked like he would be singing for like the Misfits or something, you know?
Oh yeah. And then I think he had that. Yeah, he had that head flip thing where you. Yeah, you squeezed his head and his head flipped around.
Does Morbius have a soul patch?
Yes, yes, he does. I mean, it's still a good figure.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. I dig it.
I should totally get this for Zombie though. Like, we need to.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that too. Like, it looks like the Crow's best friend.
Yeah.
Like, him and the Crow are gonna pick up chicks at like the emo bar.
He's gonna start listening to The Cure.
He's like, listen, man, I got a leather jacket on, but I'm gonna roll up my sleeves, show the biceps. I've been hitting the gym. I got swollen. My pectorals are swole, bro.
Yeah, just don't mind my pale arms. Let me put a long sleeve shirt on.
Or it looks like it's like remember a Kiss without the makeup, like in the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Kiss unmasked.
There you go, Dad. Nick Fury. I love the just like this random back shot of him. It's like what?
Dude, before you open that Nick Fury up, it kind of looked like Cyclops.
Oh yeah, from a
that
distance.
one-
Yeah,
Yeah, the one variant of Cyclops.
when he was with X Factor,
Yeah.
or that one of the first figures that ToyBiz did was that one. What is wrong with his hand?
He's about to smack somebody with that.
It's like it's
Is
webbed.
Is Nick Fury gonna have to smack a bitch?
I mean, it's cool that you got the shield pin. And he came with a gun, so you don't actually have to have the missile launcher attachment.
Yep.
And technically, you could buy what, a couple of those, Dad, and make a couple of them his the Fury bots. Only one's the real one.
That's interesting. Look how like underneath the paint, it's like it was like red. Like the base coat underneath the white gloves. Like
Oh
they
yeah,
started with
yeah.
weird. Or maybe maybe they just that figure rubbed up against something that was red.
Yeah, I mean, because that was always something we always found weird, was like the molding for some of these figures sometimes was a certain color, and the paint would rub off, and it was like, whoa, why is it like that?
That's a good Punisher. Can I see that Punisher again?
Yeah, I was gonna bring back into that one. Hey. It was so he could hold the weapons, LMDs. Yeah, the live model decoys.
Yeah, this is a
Yeah, this was a cool figure. I mean, I think this was the first Punisher figure we got.
He's rocking like some gray stubble.
Yeah, dude, he's got that 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah. He's kind of looking like I'm blanking on the name right now. Kind of looking like Razor Ramon.
Yeah, you're right on that. Definitely. Definitely.
Say hello to the bot guy.
So I'm hoping that like we'll get this figure in the retro card line. That'd be cool. Like a version of that. I have the one pre-ordered where it's him and Bushwhacker.
Man, yeah, that's a great figure right there. This is very nice.
Battle damage Spider-Man. What's your point besides the top? I don't think I ever had this figure, but it's still cool looking.
5 o'clock shadow. Punisher comes with like a morning newspaper and a cup of coffee. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the dossier of all the criminals in the city.
He's still in his bathrobe in the morning, just making eggs, making breakfast.
Still love the fact that he's got the freaking Doc Ock claw there. It's got Wolverine slashes or something on there, or just cuts.
He battle ravaged homeless Spider-Man.
I didn't make my rent.
It comes with the will work for food song.
Oh, how the
Will
hair
work
came
for
out? Yeah, Dad.
costume.
Right.
Yeah, he's got his whole life in his backpack. Look at his face too. His face looks like he just needs money.
Oh my god. Are those retro Ryan guitar scores?
Oh, this soundtrack is from Spider-Man Arcade.
Six-armed Spider-Man. Which, it sucks because like you look at it, the arms are all one piece and they rotate, and then one of the arms is coming out of the other arm, not even really attached to his body.
That just looks wrong.
It does.
That figure sucks.
He's got like he's got his third arm, or his sixth and fifth arm coming out of the armpit of the other arm.
That figure's terrible, dude.
Oh yeah, considering they've done better versions of this figure.
Is this birth defect Spider-Man?
Arms are branches. There are. Oh man. You know, we didn't even think about that stuff back when we were kids. It's like, this is cool. It wasn't even like,
Yeah.
what's wrong with this thing?
Six-armed Spider-Man.
Spider senses tingling. This is
well, you know, they're taking the word armpit literally, Vince. There's literally arms coming out his pits.
Yes, yes.
Literally armpits.
Yeah. Ding. That sound. Well, we know that this figure would not work when he's fighting Venom, so.
Milk chocolate Spider-Man. You-hoo Spider-Man.
It's a little too dark for you, Spider-Man, but yeah. This is the Nestle Click version of him. Let's see. Well, up until that point, we've only seen that mutation in the comics. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so like, yeah. Here you go. This is Carnage Unleashed, the second version of him. Cletus Cassidy. This was the the cooler version of the figure, except for that freaking mask.
Except for the head sculpt. With the mask on, it looks pretty badass.
But you got like the axes and the claws and everything. I had a black Spider-Man with only articulation at head, hips, and shoulders. Oof.
It's almost got like the Freddy Krueger claw going on.
Or the Tyrant from Resident Evil.
Yep.
That pin's cool. I love the freaking chrome.
Yeah, hula hoop Carnage, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, this was. I remember this one being like one of the ones that was sought after for a while. It was such a good figure. But yeah, going back to that head, man, the Cletus. Let's see. It's just, what is it with the eyeliner that everybody's wearing?
Yeah.
But you know, going back to the whole thing with because we did have the man spider here, and look at the arms. They're all individually part of his body. This is what we call the wolf spider.
The Mike Wolfman Spider-Man.
Hey, that's what happens
Mike,
if Mike gets bit by a spider.
this is the Mike variant.
Still a very cool figure. Let's see.
Kind of looks like a tick.
Yeah. Second call. All right.
Hey, Vince, BRB, hold it down.
All right, I got it. Octo Spidey. Is this let me see. One Cup government agent. Assist. It's just like, why can't we get these arms for Doc Ock? Like, they're still articulated a little bit. They have the holes for the metal piping, so it has room for it to be able to be bent. The weird thing about this side here, about Spidey's shoulder, looks awkward. Yeah, even in the back. I don't know why they extended it like that. That's so weird looking. I mean, this is like the closest dad we're gonna get to Superior Spider-Man when Doc Ock took over Peter's body. Very interesting. I never saw that figure. Web cannon. When he's got those days, he needs extra web fluid for whatever reason. Pin's cool looking. Tombstone. Looks like Biff Tannen. What up, Vinny? Dude, we had like great times with these toys back in the day. Yeah, the Legends figures were so great back then. Oh, cool. All right, so these guys look a lot better than Gen 1 X-Men. You talking about the ToyBiz X-Men line? Here we go. We got Ben Reilly right here, guys. One of my favorite Spider-Man. Of course, this is his final costume he had before. Even though this is supposed to be the Unlimited when they were doing that. But that is Ben Reilly right there. Yeah, I thought they had weird proportions. They do, definitely. I mean, you look at that other figure where it had the octopus. It was like the Octo Spidey. That shoulder was awful, but if you look at like this Spider-Man right here, perfect proportions, no problems at all. It's like I wonder why they did that. I'd have to, I guess, look at the gimmicks and stuff of the figure. And then we got a better Rhino, because that first one was awful. Even though it's the same, technically the same figure, it's got that armor on. It makes it look better. Because that's the first version of Rhino we got, and that is horrible. The face sculpt was horrible. You could have molded this like this and stuff instead of having to have V armor on the figure, just to resell a figure you didn't sell a lot of the first time around. And that's what they would do. Let's see. I had... Why is that? What's the difference? Is it the... I still have this figure. This is my favorite Spider-Man of all time. Miguel O'Hara. Spider-Man 2099. Sometimes for a specific stance or pose. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Or part of the gimmick, if there was like some kind of play feature in the figure. So I don't understand what... Oh, okay. I did not have this one. I had the other one. Yeah, it's up with the red. So I do definitely see the difference. The axe is different. Doesn't really matter because it doesn't take away from the figure. I mean, like, the axe was kind of pointless in the first place, but... Alright, and then... Spider-Woman, of course. I think this is the actual first female in the whole line. Which is very strange that we didn't get a Mary Jane figure. Let me see. Hold on. Shocker, Tombstone. No, we did. Why is it on there? That's weird. Okay, so there's your Mary Jane figure. Was that part of a 2-pack? Maybe. Yeah. This one. Okay. Who does it now? Hasbro. Hasbro has the rights to the ToyBiz line, Marvel exclusively. Okay, that's why I didn't see her, because she wasn't part of the official toy brand list. So there's definitely one. I'm going to wait till Ryan comes back. But here you go. This is your third Venom. This is the stealth one. So there's two versions of him. There's this one where he's somewhat translucent. He's got these weird arms that look like head crabs from Half-Life 2 or Half-Life. Dang, I missed ToyBiz and Kinner. I do too, man. Kind of wonder what like toys would have been like had they continued to grow and increase in the design of different toys. So I'll come back because I want to have Ryan talk about that one. Let me see. What we can do is this. We can look at the Canadian 2-packs, which were kind of cool. I mean, they don't have any other images, but you got 2 figures, very similar to the stuff from like the Marvel vs. Capcom toy line that came out. I'd love to be able to see if I could find one of these, just to have it as a novelty. There you go. Yeah, I mean, that's a really cool box. I'm just curious why they decided to put them as 2-packs, maybe just to not have so much shelf space. And so, yeah, this is your articulated Spider-Man with Smythe. No images, okay. I'm pretty sure this pack right here is expensive. Web shooter Spider-Man with Venom. Okay, cool. There you go. You got your back stuff. Carnage Spider-Man, Hobgoblin Spider-Man. Yep, that's cool. There you go, Demo Goblin. Or Demo Spider-Man, sorry. Doppelganger. Man, I'm getting... Whatever. Demo Goblin is in here somewhere. I know he was released, but... Doppelganger Spider-Man. You got your spider armor. No other images. There you go. Hydro Man. With Man Spider. The new figure for him is really awesome. Let me see. And we'll go here and here. Do they have images of him? Yeah, they do. There you go. There's your Hydro Man. Completely blue, transparent plastic. Very, very cool looking. Yeah, all those came out individually. Yeah. I mean, I actually kind of like the boxes and stuff. They're really nice. Cyborg Spider-Man. You got your Stealth Venom, the clear one. Yeah, we had Hobgoblin and 2 different Smythes. Yeah. Because I think the second Smythe we had was the one that came in a playset. There you go. Battle damage. See, like, this figure pairs well with the Carnage. Cool. The image is really small. Morbius and Spider-Man with the web glider. Spider-Man 2099 with the spider sense. Which sucks. We were starting to get some of the additional articulation, but like his arms have a ball joint. Or that hinge peg there. So he has a little bit more wider range on the arms. But his legs are just static. Like what, 1, 2, 3 points of articulation? And so they re-released that one. Ben Reilly with Clear Venom. There you go. Ah, come on, really? You got Cap and Man Spider. Monster Spider with Web Cannon Spider-Man. Oh, I remember, Dad. We had a lot of these figures. Not the Canadian ones, but... Yeah, that Web Trap Spider-Man. I remember that one, too. Yeah, Future Spider-Man with Venom. Let's look. Hold on. Web Commando Spider-Man. Okay, yeah, sure. That's awful. That is an awful figure. And Ryan's not here to say something about it. That's an awful figure. Yeah, the anti-Venom suit. Anti-Symbiote, and then the anti-Vampire suit. There you go, Dad. Daredevil. Daredevil with tank attack. That's awful. Okay. Tongue flicking Venom with the chest armor. So you can see where they're starting to mix and match parts for each of the releases. Yeah, that's the third Carnage. Another Peter Parker. That's weird. Lizard. Spider-Man. What is the spider wings? What is that? The web flyer? Spider-Man. Crazy. Web Swamp Spider-Man and Web Flyer. Okay. What else? Is there images for that? I can barely see that. I do remember, like, some of these figures individually. Yep, I remember that Venom. Yep. That's the symbiote version without Brock inside of him. Okay. "13-inch, 7-inch battle." Oh, these are the ones that had the voice boxes. Okay. All right. I remember that one. Spider Lizard. Looks like... Man, that's crazy.
So you need me to roast the voice box ones?
I can. Hold on. Dude, look at these. These look pretty cool looking. They're like just good monster like creatures you could have. Arachnophobia Man Lizard. Oh yeah, so what I was waiting for you to come back for was this one here. Figure you want to talk about him. The Stealth Venom Clear.
Okay, I'm catching up for where the
Yeah, you're good.
delay. Yeah, I mean, I love translucent figures, glow in the dark ones. This is one I had to rebuy, and you have to be careful with these vintage ones because sometimes they will yellow.
Yep,
which
right
kind of ruins the look when they're clear like this. They can kind of yellow. But when they look appropriately, they're like clear like glass, not yellow. So but yeah, I love this figure. I mean, just look at it. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, you can definitely tell
Yeah,
the yellowing of the figure.
This guy's is yellowed right here.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably exposed to heat. Sometimes when they're exposed to heat, they yellow.
What's up, Paste?
But yeah, but the figure looks.
Yeah, you got to keep those clear ones out of the sun. Yep. And that's what happens too, is like you would have stores that would like have displays and stuff, and these figures would just sit there in the sun, and then like the
bubbles
would start to like warp and turn and yellow and become more brittle than ever.
Yeah, that's a big. Okay, we're gonna go for the second shots fired tonight. That's a big one I have when you're at like a toy reseller table, and they have the fucking nerve, the gall, to charge full eBay price, buy it now price for a yellow carded figure, a yellowed on card figure. Get out of here with that, bro. It looks horrible.
Well, it's definitely something that we're going to be talking about when we get into Spawn next week. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you have to reduce the price if the bubble on the card is yellowed.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I can't even hang those up. That will be an opener. I'd be opening that figure. That's how much I can't stand a yellowed bubble. It's so ugly.
Yeah, Pace is saying that people used to take them in the car with them on drives and then leave them in the car, and they would get roasted with the sun. It looks like Symbiote took over Howard the Duck. Well, Pace, like, so do you remember seeing these like this? The 2-packs like that? Did they? Because I was curious, because like I was looking at some of these 2-packs. They look great, but I didn't know if they got released individually in Canada.
By the way, I didn't realize Pace was a toy guy too. So just so you know, Paste, I have every 80s, 90s toy commercial on my channel in a compilation. If you name a toy right now, it's on there, just so you know. Every 80s, 90s toy, including these, man, by the way. The Spider-Man line and all the ToyBiz X-Men. They're all playlists on my channel. Best 80s, 90s toys.
Let's see. There was the... Yeah, so he just says that they do look great. I don't remember seeing them as a kid, though. Yeah, so, like, look, check this stuff out. You got Captain America showing up in the Spider-Man line. I'm only a toy guy at heart. I don't collect them. I physically don't have the space, which we've talked about that before, but he does love toys.
Yeah. You'll get a kick out of it. You'll probably remember some of those commercials, though. Because the especially the ToyBiz ones, they would do awesome sets, as we know. Did you ever have any of the projector ones? The ToyBiz projector ones? They would literally
Spider-Man?
project the image with light on the wall.
No, I never had any of them. Hey, Ruby.
They're kind of gimmicky, but kind of cool.
Let me see. So there was the ToyBiz exclusive. Oh wow, I think I remember this one. I never got it though. So as they took the one black suit of Spider-Man, but then they ended up giving him Carnage's stuff, like the claws, the gook, and everything. And he has the webbing. You know the toys I loved so much as a kid.
Yeah, Exo Squad.
Dude, Exo Squad's that's a line we need to do, man, at some point.
The Exo Squad commercials are in there too. When you scroll down to the best 80s, 90s toys, there's 20 videos there, and they're compilations, and every toy line's in there. But yeah, Exo Squad was awesome, man.
Oh yeah.
Do you think Exo Squad was inspired a little from the what's it called? I always forget. What's Ripley get into?
The
The
power
loader.
loader, I'm pretty sure. I need to look into it. Like I love that cartoon, and I know that they had gotten the rights to the Robotech line, and they were actually going to connect Exo Squad into Robotech. But they got the deal to do the toys, but for them to put it in the cartoon, that whole deal fell apart. So that's why you'll look around and see Exo Squad Robotech figures, which was really cool. Like being able to get some of that stuff that was released in the '80s. Done
Yeah, I
again
wish
in the
Exo
90s.
Squad deserved to last longer as an animated series. So did SWAT Cats really deserve to last longer.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of ones that did. Toxic Crusaders should have lasted longer. Bucky O'Hare should have lasted longer. There's that. It's very sad how many fell short of the length of time they could have ran because there was so much competition and so many great shows.
Yeah, definitely.
And when they didn't hit the the viewership, they canceled them prematurely. A lot of ones that were very beloved.
Mm-hmm. So let me look, because we probably need to start getting to the point of wrapping up here. But since we already covered the main line, but I did want to talk about, like, this was something cool within the brand. Was the play sets. Like, you got the Daily Bugle. We were chatting about this earlier before we started.
Yeah.
Yo, Phil, what's up, brother? Let me see. What did Pace say?
P.
I played with them for years, broke them all, repaired them myself. Hey, Ruby. Oh, for sure, they were inspired by suits from Transformers. Yeah. Okay. And then, but yeah, look at this. This is a awesome set. Like, I never had it, but
Yeah.
it just like really cool. You got the Daily Bugle and then like the street level and everything with like the advertisements, and then you get into the sewer and like the Daily Bugle inside. So there's a lot of play features here. And then like just look at the box. It looks like it came with slime.
Imagine if they reissued that, which they won't, but imagine.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, this would be, I can only imagine a HasLab version of this. That'd be kind of cool. But like, look at the back. Like, this goes back to what we were talking about earlier. We don't see a lot of toy brands doing the whole advertisement of what other products are out there. So you got the figures here, you got the vehicles, you got the role-playing sets, and then there's the larger version of the figures here. And I mean, it was just like Spider-Man crazy. And then they did this for other toy brands. It wasn't just ToyBiz, it was other toy manufacturers, but they knew how to advertise to kids and stuff. And these play features that we just don't get enough of today at all anymore. But, and then like you have Hobgoblin's Wing Bomber, which is the upgraded version of his glider. Just a cool design. Be able to take your play in a whole new level with your figures and your imagination.
Can you think of any characters before we end that you wish we would have gotten this line that we didn't?
I can't think
Are
of
there any standouts?
I can't think of anything at the moment. Like right now, I'm hoping that I'm gonna get some of these figures that we got in this line in the new version, like the retro carded stuff. Because like right now, these are great. Like you got even characters you didn't get. Like here you go, you got Gwen Stacy, and then you got a replaceable head to make her Mary Jane. You got, let's see, Green Goblin, which you can actually pre-order this right now on Big Bad. Actually, Entertainment Earth, and I think it's on Amazon as well, and Hasbro's site. But I'm glad that they're starting to redo some of these because I missed out on some of these figures. Like I missed out on. I don't have Black Cat. Great figure looking. I mean, she's got her own cat here. Just awesome. Same thing with J. Jonah Jameson. I missed. So I'm hoping that some of that stuff will come out. But like, you got Mysterio, which was the first of the carded ones I got. It looks awesome. especially with the green effects for like the mist. And then here we go. Let me see. Kingpin, which was the second one I got, and he's huge. And it's awesome because, like, you know, you got the two heads, and he's just a big figure overall. Same thing with, like, where you at? Is he here? Hold on. Yeah, here we go. Like that first Rhino figure we saw for the Spider-Man animated stuff does not compare to this. This is amazing. Like, he looks like, of course, he came off the screen, but he's such a better looking figure than what we got as a kid. And of course, yes, I understand that, like, you know, there's a lot more detail and stuff that goes in this, but it plays on my nostalgia heavily. Like, even down to the card art, characters look great. You got much more posability and articulation. Like, I'm missing the lizard, but see, look at the lizard. It's molded. It's not.
Yeah, that was a better choice.
Yeah. The
to make it
segment.
molded.
Mm-hmm. The what else? Hold on, let's see. Shazam.
The only thing I gotta say, like the ab crunch feature, like how like apparent that is, though. I don't love that. Not on that one. Not on the lizard. It's fine because it's black. You don't even see it.
Mm-hmm.
But look at that hobgoblin. It's very present that is in the middle there.
But like, so like here you got Scarlet Spider, right? So this is Ben Reilly, the clone of Peter Parker. He's in his classic, you know, red and blue sweat hoodie. You don't see that ab crunch, but it's there.
Yeah, like most of them it's fine. You don't really notice it, but like certain colors, it's a little too. I wish they would have been a little more discreet with maybe the outfit they had on them, so it would hide it a little better.
Oh yeah, and so on top of that, you got these here, right? So we finally got like Aunt May and Doc Ock. So just so you can see an image of it. Let me new tab. Zoom in a little bit. Like, just look at like his claws and Aunt May figure that we never got, which is so cool. Even down to like going back, and we got Doctor Strange and Morbius.
It's got that crisp bowl cut. It's got the Dumb and Dumber.
The Dumb and Dumber.
Lloyd Christmas. It's got the Lloyd Christmas.
You know, so it's like they're making figures that didn't get figures from the original line, which is great, or they're taking figures that existed and making them better. Let me see. Did they do Jack-O-Lantern from the original? No, they didn't do Jack-O-Lantern from the original release. You know, so hold on, let me go back. Jack-O-Lantern is here, and they didn't do one. I don't think they did. And that's awesome. So like it's your trifecta of all the goblins in a line. Which makes me want a Sam Hain figure for Ghostbusters so bad. Let me see. Go back here. What was the other one? This is the newest one. I got to try to get at some point. But it is Spider-Man and the Vulture. So here's Vulture. And he has his alternate head for when he's younger versus older. And it looks like there's articulation with the wings too, so. Which I could probably just bring up. But yeah, like just like this figure, this 2-pack here, right? So these are part of their VHS style stuff. But you're getting a Peter Parker head with Spider-Man, and you got this head, like his mask, that he can hold in his hand. You're getting to do like these really cool poses with these characters.
Yeah, it's not a bad price point. 50 to 25 each.
Yeah, 25 each. But yeah, here you go. You got Spider-Man head. You got Peter and Flash Thompson. You got different hands, and you got that mask, man. That is friggin' so cool. And like I was saying, the VHS style box.
Sold out though.
Yeah, it's sold out. I'll have to get it later. I missed out on the window because it was one of those things where they decided to, instead of put it for pre-order, it was one of the things they had for their Hasbro PulseCon, and it was like live that day, and I just didn't have it to grab it. But here you go. And then there's another thing too. At some point, we'll start talking about these. But this is the Secret Wars Spider-Man black suit, and you got 2 different heads to make the thing. I mean, just look at the articulation to be able to put Spider-Man in this pose compared to what we could do with, at the time, with the ToyBiz runs. And those ToyBiz ones were so good.
Yeah.
See if I can find the box. There you go. And this harkens back to the old style Secret Wars toy line that came out. But yeah, I mean, there was so many cool stuff. Like this is one of the ones I wanted. I just wanted to bring this up too.
Yeah, they got the lenticular.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing. It's like it's just pure nostalgia. But like this vehicle here for the Spider-Man, I wanted this, the Tri-Spider. So it's like this giant mecha spider that was in the cartoon that Peter had to fight.
Yeah.
And then you could break it apart into 3 different spiders. And a scorpion. Arachnid. But yeah, man, like this was one of my favorites back then. I enjoyed this toy line a lot. I love this cartoon.
Yeah.
So anything you want to add?
Well, make sure anybody that watches this after the fact that may see this, let us know if you had any of these toys, whether it was one or a bunch in this line from the multiple waves. And, you know, like we told you, these are getting these reissues and they're really good. So, you know, Big Bad Toy Store, stocking a lot of them. It's not like you don't really have to put in that extra effort to kind of scour eBay over getting the vintage ones if you want to just go for like some of the reissues or whatever one, you know, you remember maybe having. Maybe you end up getting the reissue instead of the vintage one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then like if you can't afford to get the original toy line, like the new retro card backs, they're available. I mean, they can be, normally they're like about $25. It's about the standard price for a 6-inch figure, especially for Hasbro at this moment, which sucks because I remember being able to take $20 and getting like 5 figures or whatever. But there's a lot of this stuff around. You can find it. Like, you know, if you want some of these things, you know, reach out to fellow collectors or, you know, us, or, you know, find some toy groups on Facebook or in Discord. Meet people, and then, you know, you can start collecting this stuff. But it's fun. It's a fun hobby. I enjoy it. I enjoy Spider-Man a lot, and I had a fun time talking about this with you tonight, Ryan, and everyone in chat at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
And Dad, yes, they do need a Blade and Punisher figure set because they both did appear, of course, in the cartoon, so we'll see what they're gonna do next. I gotta think of who other, because I know Chameleon hasn't been done, and there's a couple other figures that they still need to do, but as far as like remaking. But yeah, everyone, like, you know, let us know your memories of collecting Spider-Man toys, or if you watch the cartoon, what's your favorite?
Did you have any of the comics? You know, did you have the comics?
Yeah. Did you collect the cards? What's your favorite Spider-Man movie? And then also in that comment, let us know if you can spot the Easter egg for next week's episode. I know we kind of hinted at it in the episode already, but in the meantime, everyone have a great Monday and a great week, and we'll catch you guys later.
Take care.